I have a 10% close rate. Most founders say that with a shrug, thinking it's a normal part of doing business. They think that the 10% close rate means they are winning 1 out of 10. But here's the reality. It means 90% of people who were interested enough to book a call with your sales team, you're currently sitting in a digital graveyard. Your salespeople spend 1 hour to speak with them. And then because you don't have proper system, you just let them die. Because honestly, if you think sales happens on a call, you're an amateur. Because high-ticket sales is 80-20 game. 20% is the front-end pitch. 80% is the consumption cycle that happens before and after. So if you want to increase your revenue without spending an extra dollar for ads, you don't need better leads. You need to understand the law of consumption. So today, I'm breaking down the exact sales architecture I use to turn no's into not yets and not yets into 5-6-figure wire transfer. My name is Wojciech Dąbrowski and I help coaches, consultants, and growth operators to scale to 6-7-figure months predictably with using proper one-to-many systems. And when it comes to sales aspect, currently one of my agencies that I scaled from 0 to 50K per month in profit in just 6 months, I have the 6 full-time closers that I train. So I'm speaking from real experience from running different agencies and also scaling my clients. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So let's start with the law of consumption, because the only reason people don't buy from you is that they don't feel safe. So in B2C, selling to beginners or general public, safety is a function of time spent. Think about your own buying decisions. You don't drop randomly 10K on a stranger. You drop it on a person whose face you've seen for 9 hours on YouTube. The person whose webinar you watched 3 times. You spend a week seeing their face, more than your own in the mirror, because consumption leads to trust, and trust leads to wire transfer. So if your leads haven't spent enough time with you, they won't feel safe enough to give you the money. So your job as a founder, coach, consultant isn't to close them, is to shove long-form content down their throat until they feel like they know you. So let me tell you a little bit more about the pre-call system that can actually get you some more dollars and conversion. Because most people send reminder emails. So your call is the next 60 minutes. Make sure to show up and please delete those emails. They are surface level garbage. This is so overused that, bro, it's no brainer. Because if you want to operate on high level, the intention of this kind of email is not to remind, it's to lead to a consumable. Every touch point must sell the lead on watching a specific content piece. For example, in this video, I break down the 100K roadmap. Watch this before our call so we don't waste time on basics. So if they show up to your call without consuming any of your content, they are a stranger. If they show up after watching your deep dives, they are a believer. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that if your closer tries to close these leads even without consuming content, it's something necessarily wrong. No. Your closer should try to close any lead that's possible, that's qualified and you can actually help with, solving specific problems you solve. But to increase chances of you getting higher close rates, higher conversion, the biggest return on investment, you need to optimize around these things. So let me tell you a little bit more about pipeline management best practices. Because when a lead doesn't close on the first sales call, a lot of salespeople, speaking from experience, managing different sales teams, usually toss them aside. So if you have these kind of situations, you can put these leads into 3 categories. First, warm leads. So these people need more value. Send them client referrals, testimonials, FAQ videos, just to increase their trust level. With lukewarm leads, these people usually need more authority content, so send them long deep dives and case studies. That's what usually can get these people onto the fence. And cold leads, these people just need the re-engagement. And you can use the permission-based commitment in that cases. So your closer can tell them, I'm going to send you everything you need over the text, over the next 14 days to make an educated decision. And at the end of that, we decide if we are doing this or not. Does that sound fair? So you aren't chasing in this dynamic. You are providing the information required for them to feel safe. Because if you try to be, for example, growth operator and you approach a potential client, stop being the funnel guy. You need to become the partner in revenue. So look at their current state. Maybe they have a Discord with 200 members and a free community of 6,000, but no actual funnel, just a link. They are losing a fortune. So you don't just tell them they are missing a funnel. Present the financial model. The example of pitch, bro, you have 6K people. If we build high ticket 4K mentorship offer and convert just 10 people on launch, that's quick 40K. I will build a VSL, the SMS campaigns, the emails. I will even jump on the sales calls if I have to. You're promising revenue, not services. That's the main concept, because you're becoming responsible for their growth if you're a growth operator. With that model, you're obligated to make the money if you want to make money, especially if you work on a rev share. And also, I have a network and I've seen operators that take a client with 6K followers to 500K per month. At 20% rev share, this operator is making 100K per month from one client. And also, if you're starting out, because this channel is usually for people that already have some traction, but if you're starting out, you don't need to get rich of your first client. You need one client, but you need one client to change the trajectory of your whole life. And now let me tell you about the gorilla approach, because the commitment is the ultimate currency. If you want to have a high-level client, you have to commit first. The gorilla method: don't just send a DM. Audit the entire sales, marketing, or the processes you're auditing in context of your offer. Pretend to buy from them to see where their follow-up fails. Then present them the solution with the math. And also, very important concept if you want to sign high ticket deals, extreme personalization. Because the highest of the highest ticket deals are signed always in person. So if I have a prospect who's serious, nice business, they make millions, and I want to sign them, I will never ask them for a phone call. I will fly to Miami, Monaco, Las Vegas, doesn't even matter. And in these cases, you commit first, then they commit to you. And that's the way you show yourself as a serious operator. And honestly speaking from experience, clients will slack off. They will tell you, I'm busy, or miss onboarding calls. So if you're a growth operator, you need to step in and lead. If they ask, when can we start, and then disappear, stop being polite. You can say something like this: listen, do you want this or not? We have half an hour tomorrow. Let's get this knocked out so we can start making money. Honestly, especially on rev share deals, you have to be more aggressive, because you should care about your client's business more than they do if you want to scale them. So you need to set the realistic expectations. So we work with time constraints. So if we miss a deadline, we communicate and reset it immediately. No ghosting. So if you're a growth operator, one more thing: stop asking about too much clarity before you move forward. Because frankly, clarity is a trap that leads to paralysis. Do you think the top operators know every single thing before they sign a client? No, they jump in and figure out the details out in the dark. Because if you're trying to be perfect, you will never get to 6-7 figure months. And honestly, in the beginning, when I started closing my own clients, I was literally pretending to know the stuff I was selling. Yeah, I'm honest about it, but I needed to get my foot in the door in the beginning. But now, fortunately, I don't need to lie to them, because I can show them the proof of what I accomplished. And that's always the beginning, bro. So here's your action plan. Analyze your backend. So find the places where leads are dying in your process. Also increase the content consumption. So shove long-form content into pre-call and post-call sequences. Also financial modeling if you're a growth operator. So present the math. Show them this 500K per month on paper, and they will sign. And be intentional. Only work with people who have the audience or product to hit your income targets. The math is pretty simple. The execution is everything. So go for it. Also, if you need some help with scaling your growth operating business to 6-figure months, or your coach, consultant who needs some help in backend, marketing, sales, click the links in the description. Also, you can message me on IG if you have any questions related to scaling info business 6-7 figure months. And also, if you like the video, comment, subscribe and like, because I will throw much more bangers about scaling these numbers. And also, I highly recommend you to watch one of my videos when I was interviewed by Jordan Belfort's marketer. Yes, the Wolf of Wall Street. So you can see that on the screen. On this video, you'll learn a little bit more about my story, how I scaled my new agency from 0 to 50K per month in profit in just 6 months. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.